What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another edition of Generational Sports. As always, I'm here, Anthony. Josh, my friend, buddy, old pal. How we doing, brother?
Doing good. Recently learned that dogs lose teeth, so glad we got that out of the way. It's very stressful before I found that out when I just saw teeth falling out.
Now, you see, Josh, here's my problem with that statement. You just thought that dogs kept the same teeth forever?
Well, yeah, I don't know why. I was tripping. I don't know. I just started seeing teeth fall out at a rapid pace, and I was like,
now, how many teeth are we talking?
Like 4 in a day.
All right. You see, I kind of understand a little bit more.
Now,
yeah, the teeth fall, if it was like a one tooth type of thing, like with people, you lose one tooth and then you put it under the, actually, that's the real question. Is my man's getting a visit from the tooth fairy?
Yeah, he'll definitely get, some treats. He'll be happy about them.
Not right now, chew them, but he'll get them.
Yeah. Just gonna have just gums in there at some points. It's crazy.
Gonna have to get him soup.
Yeah.
All right, but before we get into everything, you guys know what we got to do. Got to thank the sponsors as per usual. So, if you're into the betting world, make sure you go over to mybookie.ag and use code USM100 to double your first deposit. Listen, we got a lot of sports going on, baby. We got basketball. I'm watching the Yankee game right now. We're waiting for them to, first pitch. We got the NHL going on. There's fights going on all the time. So, if you want to bet on something, do it with MyBookie and use our code USM100 to double that first deposit. Next up, we have RxHemp-USN. We'll save you 10% on your entire order. They have the premium CBD creams over there. So if you're a little sore from life, as I always like to say, make sure you go and check them out. You'll feel brand new in the morning. Got the pain relief CBD creams. So make sure you go and check them out. Next up, the Teespring shop. Teespring.com/stores/unwrap. Go check it out. The network has its own gear. As I always say, got the sweatshirt. I got a sticker over there. I got a poster that I just can't figure out where to put on my wall because I'm gonna listen, bro. I got Brady. I got Jeter. I got shout out the younger me who thoroughly loved wrestling and will still tune in every once in a while. I got a beautiful World Heavyweight Championship belt replica on the wall. On the wall, not one of those fake plastic ones.
Hey,
so I used to strut around the house with that, little 9-year-old me.
I wasn't as lucky to get the non-plastic ones, bro. But you best believe, even with the broken in it, like broken, cracked in half, I'd still be wearing.
Bro, see, I have the replica one here, and then I had my boy in like 6th grade gave me like the fake WWE spinner one, the plastic one, and he gave me that. So I used to, double champ. Double champ. I had to walk around the house, let everybody know who was arriving. But yeah, make sure you go and check out the Teespring store. I don't know how I got to that with the Teespring, but whatever. Check out everything on Rap Gear, the Generational Sports merch, everything. If there's a live show on the lineup that you like watching, we also have merch for it, so go and check it out. And then finally, the Patreon. $1, you're letting us know you like what we do. $5, you get access to our Discord. You get 10% off the store I was just telling you about and entered into an Amazon gift card giveaway. And then the $10 tier is everything I just said, except that 10% discount goes to $20, and you get entered into our signed memorabilia giveaway each month. A couple months ago, we did the Keenan Allen jersey. Last month, we did the David Montgomery jersey. I am not sure what this month's giveaway is. I'll have to check up on that. But if you want some merch, this is the time to do it. We don't got as many people yet, still kind of a new thing for us. So, hey, listen, this is probably your best chance to win it. But other than that, you know what it is. Let's get into it. We start every episode off with a little who am I. Listen, me and Josh never know whose turn it is. It's probably mine. I feel like I guess every episode. But, I think it's more entertaining when I guess because I can never get it right. Josh usually gets it right. And also, we are taking suggestions if we should change, the Who Am I segment into something else, maybe a little sports trivia, things like that. So hit us up in the comments, go over to the Twitter page, go over to the YouTube channel, Generational Sports, and make sure you check us out, subscribe to us and everything. But leave a nice little comment. Just tell us what you want us to do because, me and Josh, we run out of ideas sometimes.
Oh,
But you know how it is. I'll give myself, a solid minute 30 to see if I can guess this Who Am I. Josh, I will start the timer after your first hint.
I was drafted in the first round of the 2007 draft.
Okay.
I am a one-time Pro Bowler.
Oh, boy. First round, he only got one Pro Bowl? Come on, son.
He wasn't a scrub, though. He played he spent 8 years of his 9-year career in Kansas City, and his final season he played in Cleveland.
Oh, God.
He has 3 1,000-plus receiving yard seasons.
A receiver? Oh, my God.
Think about, late 2000s, early 2010s Chiefs receivers.
I'm trying to. I got a couple names, but I don't. Actually, I don't have a couple names. I can see them, but I don't remember their names. Oh my God. It's not like Dante something, right?
His first name does start with a D, but it's not Dante. DW. I'll give you DW.
Oh my! I know who you're talking about. Bro, because he's annoying in Madden. That's literally the reason I know him too. All right. Well, the time's up. I can't remember the name, but you're gonna say
Dwayne
it.
Bowe.
Yes. Oh
Dwayne Bowe.
God.
I was surprised to see he only made 1 Pro Bowl. I figured he probably would have made at least 2.
At least 3. But hey, you know what I'm a little upset about, other than the fact that I didn't just get that. Bro, tell me how tomorrow, because your boy turns 21 on the 28th, right?
Hey.
So I gotta get like a new license or whatever. That. I really gotta go to the DMV tomorrow, bro.
Damn, that's the worst.
And see, here's my other problem though. Tell me how my job is giving me beef about it. So we come out with our schedule like 2 weeks in advance. First of all, I don't even know what I'm gonna do every day. Like, I don't even know what I'm gonna do after this show. So if you think I can plan my life 2 weeks ahead, you're out of your mind. And then, I told my manager like a week ago that I needed tomorrow off because I'm supposed to work 8 to 2:30. And I was like, bro, listen, all the DMVs near me, the entire month of April, booked. All of them. So I got to go all the way 45 minutes away to go to this DMV. And I told him about it. And he was like, and I tried getting people to cover for me, nothing. I called him today. I was like, yo, listen, I tried everything. I got to call out tomorrow. He's like, oh, your absences are piling up. I've called out one other time.
Piling up, bro.
In the year I've been there, one other time.
Damn, man. That's too many. It's one too many. That's a good thing about like living in a small town. It takes no longer than like 8 minutes for me to get anywhere I need to go. Like it's nothing's ever packed.
It wouldn't have been a problem, but the other so the DMV like probably 20 minutes from me, the entire month of April booked. The one like probably like 25 minutes away from me booked the entire month of April. Like, bro, what you want me to do? Drive around without a license?
You just walk in at our DMV, like it's no problem, but it still sucks because there will be people there sometimes.
Don't get me wrong, I don't plan on getting pulled over, so I don't really need the license. But I mean, hey, whatever. But I'll stop complaining and we'll get into the real news of today. And we'll start it off with something near and dear to my heart. Mr. Julian Edelman, the squirrel, as we like to call him sometimes, Mr. Jules, got waived by the Patriots earlier today. That started, some news. And, is he going to go to the Bucs, reunite with his boy Brady? Is he going to retire? And, well, it came down that he is officially retired from the NFL. It's near and dear to my heart, but Josh, I'll let you go. What do you think of it? What do you think of his career? Hall of Fame worthy? Just a synopsis maybe.
I think the timing kind of makes sense. He had that run with Brady for all those years. Last year is battling injuries, still battling injuries. So I feel like it's time to hang it up. He's had he's overachieved his entire career. Obviously playing quarterback in college and then being a 7th-round pick to be able to do what he's done. Second all-time playoff receiving leader. That's not something like that should be overlooked. That's really good. He may not have ever made a Pro Bowl or All-Pro team, but he's still,
Which, by the way, terrible.
I mean, I thought he would have made one for at least special teams early in his career, returning.
I have no idea how Julian Edelman never made a Pro Bowl. I got some serious beef with people.
Yeah, I mean, he's had a few good seasons, so he should have at least made a Pro Bowl once. But I don't know, Hall of Fame, it's tough, because there's a lot of people that are in the Hall of Fame that should not be in the Hall of Fame. I think Edelman's career, like if you look at it without looking at the accolades, better than T.O.
Listen, Michael, I know that you're definitely being sarcastic right now, so I'm just gonna let that slide. I know you're not being serious because I love me some Edelman, but T.O.
Yeah, no, that's not a debate there. But I think if you don't look at the accolades, he's a Hall of Famer. If you just look at his career, I mean, it's straight out of a movie, his career. So I think he'll probably wind up being a Hall of Famer. I don't think first ballot because that's for, the guys that just dominated their decades when they played. But I do think he'll get in eventually. But I could also see how he doesn't if they just look at the accolades.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to get in. I think he should. I think a no Pro Bowl thing. I'm pretty serious because here's my other thing. I think you have to make a Pro Bowl in order to be eligible for the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, something like that.
So I don't know if that means he literally can't get in or if, there's a workaround to it or something. I mean, he had 2 seasons that I would say are Pro Bowl worthy. 2019, he had 100 catches, 1,100 yards, 6 touchdowns. 2013, he had 105 catches, 1,056 yards, 6 touchdowns. 2016, he had 98 catches, 1,100 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Like, he wasn't a big touchdown guy.
And weren't like 2 of those 3 years like the Super Bowl years too, like when he dominated in the playoffs.
18 they won the Super Bowl. He had 850 on 100.
And that was that catch against the Hawks too. I mean, just like things in his career. I feel like he
listen, Luke. Let's calm down here. Yeah. Eddie Lacy belongs in the hall of the buffet. Okay, man was good. I will forever hate Eddie Lacy for the fact that he ruined my first ever fantasy football season. First time I ever played fantasy football, it was the year that the year prior. Eddie Lacy was an absolute beast. Everybody's drafting him first pick, blah, 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 this, that, and third. It wasn't even a hot take to take him first pick. Like, that was the thing to do. I was like Christian McCaffrey first pick level. I take him first pick, terrible, and he missed some games, just ruined me. Absolutely ruined the whole year for me. So
my first year of fantasy, it was like I didn't even draft the team. It was just on auto draft, and I just looked at it afterwards, and I had Peyton Manning, and he threw 5 touchdowns his first game. I was like, I'm pretty fucking good at this.
Bro, and then I'm pretty sure the next year I played, I drafted Jamal Charles. And he got hurt.
That's tough. That's tough.
So like my first 2 years, and don't get me wrong, I've never – see, here's my other claim to fame too. I don't think I've never missed the playoffs in my fantasy leagues. And this comes without saying now that I said that, but I've never had the worst record in any of my fantasy leagues. I've come close. Well, all right, let me not say this because I was terrible in our dynasty league, like the unwrapped one. But like that was the first time I ever did a dynasty league, and I also didn't know that it was 2 quarterbacks. So my quarterbacks are Jimmy G and Daniel Jones. So it wasn't the best quarterback situation, but we're gonna recover. We're gonna recover eventually. But listen, here's the thing. Oh, Judge, a little home run to start the game, or fly ball to right field. But I think he's gonna end in the Hall of Very Good. Yeah. I think, you look at his overall career, like you said, he's second in receiving yards. He's second in receptions in the playoffs, only behind Jerry Rice. Like that's not, some small name, some random name. It's Jerry Rice. Like you said, he never made that one Pro Bowl. You can look at it. Was he a product of Brady? Probably. I'd probably say so, but does it matter?
Like, if that's the case, so was Gronk then. I mean,
yeah, like you can't. I feel you can't blame somebody for being good because their quarterback is the greatest ever. Like, my bad. What'd you want me to do? Request a trade so I could play with somebody else? But it sucks. It sucks. For all Patriot fans, obviously. Like I have where is it? Oh, the newspaper clipping from when they beat the Rams, and Edelman is on the cover of that. So he's definitely provided those moments. And that's the other thing. He has a Super Bowl MVP. Like, he had some. He is the sole reason. Him and that one pass to Rob Gronkowski to get to the goal line is the only reason the Patriots won that Super Bowl. Like, there was literally nothing else happening, but the Rams could not cover him to save their lives. But he provided some moments, so it stings for me. It hurts. I watched that video, and it sucks because, like CJ said in the group chat, there's only a few left, believe it or not. From the Patriots, run, which is kind of weird to say because it's not like it's been that long since, their last Super Bowl. It was 2018 2018 when they beat the Rams. So, it's really not that far away, but you start thinking about it, like Hightower's still there, McCourty's still there, but Brady's gone. You still have James White there. Edelman's gone now. Patrick Chung is gone now. So there's, a lot of the core members aren't there. But like I said, Edelman provided some great moments for me. I think my favorite come down to the two main ones, which are probably, the throw to Danny Amendola against the Ravens in the AFC Championship game. Absolute turning point of that game. I think they were down 10 at the time. He throws that past Amendola, an absolute broke out the old quarterback shoulder. And then, obviously, the catch against the Falcons. You can't – I think it's the greatest catch in Super Bowl history. I know people will come at me for that, maybe. I don't think it's absurd.
David Tyree. You don't think David Tyree is –
it's mid. There? It's mid. But, mid. It's up. No, listen, I would put Tyree's second, even though it's the luckiest thing in Super Bowl history.
Looks like a lot of skill there to me, man.
If he didn't have a stick of gum on his helmet,
it's got that grip. It's got that finger grip, bro.
Pause, first of all. But second, I don't know. Listen, I like because, the sports science on Edelman's catch, unbelievable. I think
that thing was I
think they said you could only fit 2 pancakes underneath it.
That's insane. Only 2 pancakes. We should use pancakes as measurement. That's good. We should use pancakes as measurement more often.
Listen, I'm fat, so I'm with it. Ain't no problem to me.
Vertical jumps. That's about.
DK Metcalf does not have a 42-inch vert. He has a 65 pancake vert. But yeah, he provided good memories. I'm sad to see him go, but I know you're not a Patriot fan, but do you have that moment that sticks out for Edelman?
No, not really. Just the Super Bowl catch is always going to be legendary. That's going to be something because that catch is just insane. That thing was he bobbled it twice. There were dudes taking out his legs, and he was still somehow found a way to get his hands under it. So I feel like just that catch is the only moment I'll really remember from him because I did not watch a lot of the Patriots throughout his career.
Fake. I don't know why you wouldn't want to watch the best team.
I don't know if that's exactly what I'd call them.
You wouldn't. I think you're. Well, I don't know why. That's a little weird that you wouldn't consider them, the best team.
I don't know. That 2007 Giants team is.
You're so annoying. I've never met somebody I hated more.
But,
yeah, I hate them too. But just reading some of Edelman's stuff, 3-time Super Bowl champion, 2018 Super Bowl MVP, 620 catches, 68. See, this is where it blows my mind. He only had 620 receptions and 6,822 yards, 41 touchdowns. 7th round pick, but he had 118 postseason receptions and 1,042 postseason yards. So like you said, the accolades might not be there, but besides Brady, obviously, because he's the quarterback, he might have been the most important person in that Patriots run. Obviously, you look at Gronk, but Gronk missed a lot of time over those years. Which Super Bowl did he miss? I think Gronk missed the Falcons Super Bowl with injury. I want to say.
I'm not sure.
I want to say yes. I think he did because I remember Martellus Bennett being there and Gronk not. So, I mean, Edelman obviously comes up huge in that one. He's the main reason they won the Super Bowl against the Rams. He gets them. I think he's the reason they go to the Super Bowl. When he made that pass against the Ravens. So, besides Brady, you can make a legitimate argument that Edelman was like the second most important player on that team during that run. So, like I said, sucks to see him go, but wish Jules all the best. Maybe he'll pull a Gronk. He'll take a year off, and then all of a sudden Brady will be like, "Yo, listen, I need another slot guy." So, whatever. But
we'll move 4 of them. Only got 4 slot guys.
Yeah, I know. I need my boy back. But we'll move on from there. The news coming out of Cleveland. Jadeveon Clowney. He was supposed to visit them today, I believe, but like the weather's all messed up there, so he's going Wednesday to visit with the Browns. I love it. I absolutely love this. It's funny. Me and CJ of the Hard Count did a little mock draft with Caleb and Sam of Saturday Standout. So also make sure if you didn't check that out, you do, because first of all, it's a process. And second of all, we put a lot of time and effort into it. So if you didn't check it out, make sure you go and do that. But, we actually had the Browns take a pass rusher in the mock draft because I believe me and CJ had that pick. And, our thought process was basically like they're pretty deep at like all of their positions. They don't need a running back. They definitely don't need wide receivers. Baker's their quarterback. So, like, what else do? You can never have too many pass rushers. So we actually had them take a pass rusher. But, I mean, you get Jadeveon Clowney, and listen, he is not what we thought he was going to be. If you're being honest, Clowney didn't turn out to be that superstar, crazy, great player that everybody thought he was going to be coming out of college, especially after that hit, in that one game. I don't know who was it Michigan they were playing? Yeah. When he absolutely leveled that guy. But, he never turned out to be amazing. He's solid. He can stop the run pretty effectively. But you put him opposite Myles Garrett, and now you got a problem. Because you're obviously not going to double Clowney because I don't think he's good enough to be doubled. So you leave Garrett over there who will probably be doubled. But, I mean, hey, listen, if a one-on-one against Jadeveon Clowney, I still don't really love people's odds. Like, I don't love it. So, you have somebody up in the – I don't remember who their, defensive tackle is or anything like that, so I don't know who's up the middle. But you have Clowney and Myles Garrett coming off each side, and then, you put somebody even decent up the middle. You're going to have some problems.
Like Sheldon Richardson last year or something like that. I can't remember.
Exactly. I mean, he's no slouch. So you're starting to get into elite-level defensive play. But what do you think about it?
Yeah, I agree with you that, Clowney hasn't become that like best in the league pass rusher / just edge guy that everyone thought he would be. But I think you put him alongside someone that is that. Like with J.J. Watt in his prime, Clowney looked good opposite of him when it wasn't him getting all the attention. Now, after the year Myles Garrett had, he's going to get all the double teams. And I agree with you. I think, Clowney one-on-one, I like Clowney's odds in those situations when he's not the main focus. So I think him being like the second, or even Olivier Vernon is going to get a lot more attention probably than Clowney. So he'll be like the third most dangerous guy you got to worry about, which is pretty scary to think about for offensive linemen. But I think it'd be a great fit. It'll add to that Cleveland defense. That team has a lot of names that are always in the news that, you got Baker, you got Odell, and then you got Clowney on the other side. So
Myles Garrett trying to kill people with helmets.
Yeah. I mean, that team is just loaded with names, but I think he'd be a great fit there, and I hope that's where he lands because I think that could be a situation that could work long-term for him rather than every offseason bouncing from team to team.
Yeah, it really is crazy that he's bounced around so much. Like, the expectations of him coming out of college were so high. Like, he was, he was the first pick in that draft, wasn't he? Pretty unanimously. I don't think anybody really had a problem with it. And then for it to turn out what it has, it's kind of crazy. But like I said, or like we said, basically, I think you put him opposite Myles Garrett, and you're going to start having some problems because I think they signed like the best available safety.
Demarius Randall, is that who?
Yeah, in the offseason. I mean, Denzel Ward's not bad. And then you obviously still have draft picks. So you can really, shore up the defense with this one, and then I don't even know what they really need to do with their draft picks. Like, I really don't know.
Just depth is all they really can do.
They have 2 tight ends.
Yeah.
They have like 3 wide receivers, 2 running backs, a quarterback. Your edges are fine.
Your secondary is
the best
decent.
available safety.
Yeah. I mean,
like,
linebacker, I guess. I
Yeah.
guess that's the only thing. It's like if you need something, but they don't really have a position of need.
Positions of want. And you know what? In the NFL, I'm sure that they'll take that. But we'll move on once again to your boy, your quarterback for now. Well, maybe your quarterback, Teddy Bridgewater. Now, Josh, I want to hear it. We got into a little bit of an argument on the hard count last week. Me, Caleb, and a little bit of people talking about what this meant for Teddy if he starts over Darnold, if he gets traded somewhere. I want to hear your thoughts on that. And then if he is going to get traded, where do you think best fits him, or where do you think he should go?
Yeah, I think after last season, I don't see Teddy being the starter for us. If he is on the roster come training camp, there's obviously going to be a competition because it's not just like Darnold's been giving the position. He's still got to earn it if Teddy's on the roster. I don't think he stays. I don't think there's a point for him staying. If we go and get a guy like Sam Darnold, I'm guessing we want to at least give him a shot rather than keeping Teddy as starting. So I think he gets traded before the draft or, maybe during the draft. I don't think he's here for very long. And I see teams like Denver, I think, would go and get him. Maybe they give Drew Lock another season, but if he continues to play poorly, they bench him, bring in Teddy. Washington football team, why not? Just bring him on. You never know with Fitzpatrick if just 1 week he's going to fall off that cliff. He seems to do at least once a season. So if you have Teddy there, you don't got to trust in Heineke to take you to the playoffs and win the division. Just any team, really, even if you have an aging quarterback, just like the Steelers might want to go get him. I know they have Haskins, but maybe the Steelers, because he's still got some football left in him. He's definitely not like he's not done. He can still be a serviceable quarterback, a best backup in the league. If he's your backup, he's the best in the league. So I think he'll land somewhere nice, though, but I don't see him being with us come training camp.
Yeah, that was kind of my thought process, too. It's the fact, if you're trading for Sam Darnold, why would you still want Teddy? And I think the main reason they trade for him is because you have people like Robbie Anderson and DJ Moore who can obviously outrun a lot of people. And Teddy is not somebody who throws the ball down the field. That's just not his offense. He's, a conservative, handed off to somebody. We saw his best success was with the Vikings when he was handing it off to AP. So I think he has to land in a situation like that. I think he's gone as well. Obviously, like I said, I think if you bring in Sam Darnold, there's no point in keeping Teddy. Why would you pay your backup quarterback that much money? They're obviously not paying Sam yet. They're probably going to have to pick up that option, I assume, because they traded for him, that they would want to keep him around.
I think we already did. I think it's
all right.
I think it's 18 mil, too.
Yeah. I think it was 18 and a half or something like that.
Yeah.
But, you pick up that option. I just don't know where Teddy fits. I can see places, like Chicago or something like I don't know. Because it has to be an offense where you're not pushing the ball down the field that much, but what teams in the NFL really do that now?
Right.
You have to go to a run-centric team. The Browns aren't trading for him. The Eagles have their quarterback. I like the Steelers one, honestly. I didn't really think about that until you said it, but I like the Steelers. I don't even know who their backup quarterback is right now.
I think it's Haskins. I think Haskins is their backup.
Oh, yeah. You did say that. But, do we really believe in Haskins?
Right.
Or is he going to – wasn't he the one that they gave him a blank tape and he still said that he watched it or something?
That was Jamarcus Russell. But Haskins, they did say Haskins sucked in the film room too, though.
I was watching Draft Day, all the clips on YouTube. What a movie!
That is
what a movie, by the way. If only the Browns could make some finesse moves like that in real life. Actually, you know what? Let me stop shitting on the Browns. The Browns are good now. I keep forgetting that they're not allowed to be the joke anymore. We need that. Who's the new Browns?
I feel like it's got to be Jacksonville or New York, one of the two. I feel like it'd probably be.
I feel like it's
the
Jacksonville.
Jets. Well, I feel like if Jacksonville didn't have that 2015
Oh,
season,
you're right.
then it would be them. But they've had success recently. Have you seen
because even
picture?
the Jets' success when they had Fitzpatrick and Brandon Marshall and Eric Decker, they still missed the playoffs.
Have you seen the picture where it's like it shows Jacksonville from like 05 to 2015? It's like second worst record, and then 2015 is the only year. It's like worst record,
random
championship, worst record. Like it came out of nowhere.
Can you believe it though? Like how close we were to getting a bad Super Bowl that year.
Oh man, because that was the year of the Rams, right?
Yeah, that was the Rams.
That would have been the worst.
Wait,
Super
it
Bowl.
wasn't. No, it wasn't.
You sure? 2015? Yes. No, it's 2017. I mean, 2017.
Because the Patriots beat the Chiefs to get to that Super Bowl. But I just remember that year. I got to look it up now.
Is that Atlanta?
Was it?
Because didn't it go Rams, Atlanta, Philly?
You know what? I'm going to look it up. What year did you say it was? 2015 NFL
2017, I think. Because 2015 was Panthers Broncos, so it wasn't that year.
Look at you remembering your playoff run.
The one that I've seen.
Let's see. Conference championships. Jags and Patriots. And what was the other one? Come on.
It's got to be Rams.
Oh. Jags and Patriots and Eagles Vikings. Can you imagine if we got a Jags Vikings Super Bowl? Oh my God. That would have been just unwatchable.
Yeah, that would have been
And it
terrible.
still would have gotten like 90 million viewers.
Yeah, most viewed Super Bowl ever, just for no reason.
God, is football annoying. The fact that they can do that.
Patriots probably saved us from a lot of very boring Super Bowls, honestly.
See, listen, that's what I say. As much as you hate the Patriots for making the Super Bowl all the time and it being boring or whatever,
they put on a
they
show.
were always fun.
Yeah, I mean,
Besides
highlight plays
Rams
every time.
And I mean, I still had fun during the Rams one because I was over here almost crying, not knowing what was going to happen. Bro, I'm kind of happy that the Patriots aren't as successful because, and I know that sounds weird coming from a Patriots fan, but you would swear by the way how nervous I would get that I was playing in the Super Bowl.
That's how it goes.
Bro, the day of, I'm pacing around the house, every little thing that happens in the Super Bowl either annoys me or makes me too happy. Bro, I'm telling you, sports, I need mental health or mental help.
You need mental health. Yes.
Well,
yes,
I do need it. I do need it. You're right. Because sports should not affect my life as much as it does, but it does. Yankees losing, I'm annoyed for the rest of the day.
And you add gambling on top of that, bro?
Oh, stop it.
God, it's
stop
tough.
it right now. Tough isn't even the word.
I might as well own the team the way I'm stressing these games, bro.
Unbelievable.
Need Steph to hit 5 threes tonight, too. Need that.
I got a little parlay going on tonight. I don't even remember who I put in it. But I remember I liked it at the time.
That's how it goes, bro. That you look at it a couple hours later, you're like, what the hell is that?
We're going to find out. I know one of my games already got canceled, though, because the Mets are not playing tonight, so whatever. All right, but we're moving on to a fun little thing that, you just randomly sprung on me. A little start, bench, and cut. We're going to do a running back and wide receiver. I like this, Josh.
Oh, yeah.
So let's do it. Start, bench, cut. Chris Johnson, LaShawn McCoy, and Jamal Charles.
There's no way I can't start CJ2K. Dude was a beast. I mean, one of the fastest players to ever be in the game. You just couldn't tackle him. So I think I definitely have to start him. It's tough because, Jamal Charles he's just CJ2K, just in a different uniform, basically. Yep. Dude was just as fast and elusive, but shady. I mean, the way he moved with the ball, the way he carried it is even more impressive.
Still annoyed me.
It's insane how he was able to do that. I'd probably bench LaShawn and cut Jamal Charles, but Jamal Charles could easily be the guy I bench too, just because he was really good. But Shady was very entertaining. Put that man in snow, and he just beats you. You're done.
That game against against the Lions?
Yeah, I think it was them. Yeah, I think it was the Lions.
Man had 300 yards or something like that. I thought, but
and 3 feet of snow.
He went off. I agree with you. I can't argue with you on this one. You got to start CJ. You have. I mean, come on. Like, let's be real here. And then you see, it's just not as close for me, believe it or not. Like, I easily bench Shady because I think he was also the better receiving back.
Yeah.
And I also think he was just a better running back. Like, I know Jamal Charles is like elusive and everything like that, but I feel like that was more of his speed. Yeah. And I feel like Shady would just juke you out your shoes and still run away from you. Like, I felt like his game was twofold.
Yeah. Yeah,
so,
I agree.
Not too much argument there. We'll go to the wide receiver one now. Andre Johnson, Brandon Marshall, and Steve Smith.
Yeah. Got to start Andre Johnson. You got to start Andre Johnson. I mean, he's just another receiver that just got wasted on a team. I mean, we talk about, the quarterbacks Fitzgerald has had, the quarterbacks Hopkins had in Houston, the quarterbacks that Andre Johnson dealt with, man, and made them look really good at times was impressive. Brandon Marshall was a beast too. I think he's pretty underrated just because, he's a meme right now thinking that NBA contracts aren't guaranteed.
So funny, bro. Like, I blame myself for this. I haven't listened to like any of those episodes.
Really?
Like of those podcasts.
I only watched the Cam one.
I've seen them. But after seeing that, I might have to start watching.
They go off, dude. Like they get into it. It's insane.
My man was
Ochocinco cried on one of them.
Who?
Ochocinco.
Oh yeah, that's must-watch television.
Yeah, but I'm definitely benching Steve Smith though. Mighty Mouse, dude was like 5'10" and just doing everything that Calvin Johnson would do or Randy Moss would do. He was a beast, and obviously he's a Panther, so I got to bench him.
I'm surprised you didn't start him.
No, I can't do that. I can't lie. Andre Johnson was definitely more talented. And then Brandon Marshall got to get cut, but he was a beast throughout his career too. Jump ball beast and just did everything too. But I think Steve Smith was just a little bit better.
See, I'm starting Andre just for fighting that dude.
Cortland
Finnegan, just for fighting him. Absolutely starting him. And also, it kind of helps that he was a god.
You see NFL fights too, usually they don't they're never real punches. He got him.
No, he was
connecting, bro. Like that man was.
It's the same thing with baseball fights. Like I'm watching it right now, and Rudetto doors up. My favorite best brawl of all time was Rangers and Blue Jays. Man, just absolutely right hook to Jose Bautista, cleanly landed it. Like there was no interruption of the arm. There was no bad swing. He got the full right hook in just to the face. And you could tell Bautista was not ready for that. He looked at him, he was like, whoa, punches never connect in the MLB, bro. What's going on here? But I gotta start Andre Johnson for fighting Cortland Finnegan. My favorite story also is that wide receivers around the league came together to pay that fine for him.
That's great.
That's literally the greatest thing I think I've ever heard in my entire life. And then I'm benching Brandon Marshall. I can't listen. I love me some Steve Smith. I actually do, because I like the way he talks smack to people, because I'm kind of like that.
When he was in Baltimore and he played Carolina, he's like, mow my lawn for me while you guys are there.
He would say, I can't remember. Oh, when he was talking to Cam about DJ Moore, and he was like, should I draft you, bro? I got you on my fantasy team. You better actually do something. And I don't know. He just keeps it real. So I like him. Bro, I got to start Brandon Marshall. I got to bench Brandon Marshall. Brandon Marshall, like you said, the jump balls, he would I feel like we forget how good Brandon Marshall was for two reasons. There were wide receivers better than him at the time of him being in the NFL. He was, in the Calvin stages. So, you automatically have to put Calvin there, but also because he's kind of a head case.
Yeah.
He actually struggles with anger issues and things like that. So I feel like people put him down for it and everything like that. But
he was a part of that Fitzpatrick Jets team too.
Yes, he was. I think he had 16 touchdowns.
Yeah, over 1,000 yards too.
So, bro, I still can't believe he never made the playoffs.
Yeah, that's sad. Him and Jay Cutler, bro, just were together all the time and couldn't do nothing.
It's a sad time.
Yeah.
But, whatever. We'll move it on. to the NBA, and the Lakers blow out the Nets. They're 5-6 without LeBron and AD. Did everybody get it wrong, Josh? Is the bench better on the Lakers than we thought it was?
For me personally, absolutely. Obviously, adding Schroeder and Harrell, you knew it was going to be better than last year. But, I mean, KCP is taking his game to another level. Kuzma's looking like he was in his rookie year. You know, Gasol is fighting for minutes now with Drummond there, so he's motivated. He's doing what he has to do. Taylor Horton-Tucker has come in and played a great role off the bench for them. So I think they're definitely underrated. I know in that Nets game, which another weird thing, when Kyrie and Schroeder got ejected, it was like, because they were beefing over Schroeder called him the N-word. And I bet hearing that with a German accent was probably a little shocking.
I watched like John Boy break it down or something like that. And like he calls him that, and then Kyrie's like, "Yo, you don't know me like that. Don't call me that." And like it was a whole weird situation.
Like Kyrie's sitting out now. Like that's my problem with Kyrie too. Is can't.
Kyrie was apparently going to sit out this game no matter what because of because of the shooting that happened.
Oh, did they say that?
Well, he didn't confirm that.
Oh.
But like I feel like that's the reason, because like when something like that happens, you would expect a player like Kyrie to take off. You know, he's big into the social justice situation.
Actually, their game got postponed.
Their game got postponed. The Twins game got postponed. The Minnesota Wild game got postponed. Like everything in Minnesota and the places near are all postponed. So, but I guess Kyrie was supposed to take off today anyway. I don't know if it's because of that. I don't know. Kyrie's weird, bro.
Yeah. Like
Kyrie could probably like stub his toe and be like, it was a sign from God that not only did I stub my toe, but this proves that the earth is flat. So I'm taking this day off.
He walks in with a walking stick
for
every game. Yes, he does. Look it up. He has a walking stick that he walks into every game with. Like,
come on, bro.
That's it. But even though he got ejected and KD played limited minutes in this game, still, they got beat down by this Lakers team. And the defense from this Lakers team without LeBron and AD is just – it's insane. And I'm definitely impressed and shocked by how good their role players have been without LeBron and AD. So I think it's definitely a good sign for the playoffs as well when they get into the thick of things. And LeBron and AD can't do everything by themselves. So.
My man, Dad got a walking stick, bro.
I told you.
Nah, okay. There's something with Kyrie, bro.
He's woke. That's it.
I think he does a lot of drugs secretly.
Think he's on DMT all the time.
He probably got that Joe Rogan pack. Bro, Joe Rogan will bring up DMT whenever he can, and it's so funny. It is just the greatest thing ever.
Has to ask everybody if they've tried it.
Oh God, I love his podcast though. That's what I go to. Mad funny.
That's why he gets the big bucks, man. Big bucks.
Yeah, listen, Joe. You want to throw some money my way, or we could join Spotify and everything like that. Like the podcast is already available there. You might as well,
get us a deal.
But I mean, I think the supporting cast is good for the Lakers. Probably better than we thought. Definitely better than I thought it was going to be. You got to see how it performs in the playoffs, of course, and everything like that, because that's where, the real money's made. And we saw Harrell kind of shrink in the playoffs last season. So you kind of hope that doesn't happen again. I take stock in the win, obviously, because you're doing it without LeBron, you're doing it without AD. And also Kuzma didn't play either.
Yeah.
But I still have a very hard time believing that anybody is beating KD, Kyrie, and Harden.
They haven't even played the game yet with all three of them on the court. They haven't even played together.
I know. No, I thought they have.
Not all three of them, because now Harden's been out since KD's been back.
I thought they were 5-1 when they were all together.
No, they haven't played together.
Well, whatever. And I know that's kind of scary, because you saw it with the Clippers in the postseason last year, obviously, that. And Doc Rivers even came out and said, listen, we just never played together. We had no chemistry. So it's a little scary if you're a Nets fan, but I'm just saying, I just can't imagine it. Like, I cannot imagine somebody beating that team, especially with Blake Griffin and Aldridge, being on that team as well. Joe Harris, was a deadly shooter as well. There's just so many people on that team. Like, I don't know how you do it. Is it possible?
Isn't that how it always goes, though? We're like, oh, my goodness. They just broke the Bulls record for most wins in a season, the first unanimous MVP ever. They're up 3-1 in the series. How could they possibly lose? It's
and then
literally
Draymond got suspended.
All right, so we can blame it on that. But this is how things go. I mean, the last year's
it's possible. Let me not act like word to Kevin Garnett, anything's possible. But like,
it's unlikely.
I don't know.
I agree with you. It's unlikely.
I genuinely think they're all healthy. They can sweep the playoffs.
I think they're going to sweep it either way. I think the East they breeze through. I think.
Here's my question, because I was listening to the Michael K show. Shout out Don LeGreca for coming on the pod one time. But they asked this question: if you could only have two of them, no, it wasn't that. If you could only have Kyrie and KD, or Kyrie and Harden, what would you do?
See, that's tough because when you asked if you could have two,
because it was going to be anybody, I would pick KD and Harden.
Yeah, I feel like Kyrie's really good, but those two dudes are a different level. See, it's hard to not say KD and Kyrie because KD's been like right there as like arguably the best player on the planet for the past 10 years, but also the way Harden and Kyrie have been playing together when it's just them two it's insane. I think I'd go KD and Kyrie still, though. I like that duo better. I know Harden is better handling controlling the offense than Kyrie is, but I think Kyrie and KD is just I like that duo better more than I do Harden and Kyrie.
Yeah, I think
defensively especially.
Yeah, I think I lean Kyrie and KD as well, because like you said, Harden and Kyrie have been good, like they really have been. But I don't know. I feel like KD can just get his own shot. We've seen Harden kind of fall short in the playoffs because I think he gets really tired and I think he relies on foul calls a lot, which you just don't get in the playoffs a lot. I don't know. I just like the Kyrie KD thing more, but if I had to pick any of them, like I said, I think the easy answer for both of us is KD and Harden. I mean, I don't know what you're doing if you don't pick them, but I can't wait. I just want them to all play together. That's all I want. I just need
that 5 on the court. We need that 5. Kyrie, Harden, KD, Blake, and Aldridge. Need to see that lineup.
See, and the other thing that's a little scary for Nets fans when you're playing a team like the Lakers, they're very physical.
Yeah.
And
LeBron,
the Nets can't do that.
They're 0-5 against Andre Drummond this year.
Like the Nets are finesse.
Yeah.
And I was watching Colin Cowherd again today because listen. I have to fill my time during the day. And he said it's kind of like the Gonzaga and I can't even remember who they were. Yes, Baylor. Baylor thing where Gonzaga's more of the finesse, run up and down the court, and Baylor was just really physical with them, and they couldn't handle it. And you saw yesterday, Drummond was bodying LaMarcus Aldridge. So you kind of got to worry about that. Yeah. But the other thing is you got KD, Harden, and Kyrie to even that out.
That's a walking 30 points, each every night.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say 30 points. What are you talking about? That's that big three, if you're not combining for 85 a game, something went wrong.
Oh, yeah. Counting assists, and just all their stuff combined. You think just points, 85?
I think just points, they could get 85 easy.
Because I don't see Harden putting up 29, 30 regularly anymore.
What do you think? What do you think the Nets want out of Harden in the playoffs? Because I'm looking at that. I'm thinking they live with 21. I want to say 10-10, but that's so outrageous. 21, 9, and 7. I guess I don't know.
Yeah, I think they just really want him to control the offense. They know he can get his own shot, but I do think he's also the smartest player out there on the court when he is out there. So I think they just expect him to make the right decisions, get the ball into their shooter's hand, really, and when he can create his shot. But I agree with that line. I think he gets a double-double. I think he's averaging 122, and then like 10 or 11 assists. But I do think Kyrie and KD are going to be averaging like 30 in the playoffs each.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
just going to be crazy. Harden's just going to get them the ball. I mean, he just wants a ring.
What are you supposed to do?
I don't know. There's no
You
scheme
can literally
for that.
sit there and just play 5 out.
Yeah. That's literally what they're going to do. Like, it's going to be Harris and Aldridge on the wing. I mean, it's
bro, you're going to have Kyrie, Harden, Harris, KD.
And then pick your poison, Aldridge or Griffin.
Yeah,
who do you want?
Griffin, who cares?
Joe Harris is going to be the scariest thing against the Nets. Like,
no, that's what I'm saying too. Like, I feel like people would just forget Joe Harris is like a lethal 3-point shooter.
Dude, he's automatic. It's going to be
like, what are you supposed to do when you have those three on the court and then Joe Harris is sitting in the corner, who's probably going to be butt naked, wide open?
Yeah. I mean, these are going to get career highs because you can't double. You just can't. You double, you're just going to wind up giving them better shots than if you didn't double. So if KD's going off, starts 10 for 10 from the field. You can't be like, all right, we got to shut down KD. It's like,
that's the other thing. KD, calm down, bro. You come back from your injury, start out 5 for 5.
Yeah,
like, what is this?
Yeah.
That's why he was my MVP pick going into the season. Then he wanted to get hurt.
I fell for his overs, though. They had his points at like 18.5, bro. I was like, no way, I can't take that. I mean, it's KD. And then he plays like 25 minutes. I was like, oh, there it goes.
That's KD.
Yeah.
But we'll move it on from there. It's going to be a fun postseason. I can't wait for it now. Like, I'll be honest, I haven't really paid attention too much in the regular season. I don't know why basketball just hasn't caught my attention this year like it has the past couple of years. I mean, it was always been like my third sport, but I just haven't really watched this season. But with the thought of KD, Kyrie, and Harden playing in the postseason, I can't wait for it to just get started now because I think this is going to be a lot of fun. Well, we'll move on from there. Speaking of the postseason, we'll go over to Phoenix. Because do you think they're good enough to win a championship this year, Josh?
Absolutely. That team is
I was really waiting for the nod. I didn't get it. I'm a little surprised.
I mean, look at what Chris Paul did with us last year. We were supposed to be a top 10 pick in the draft.
What did we have, like a 0.6% chance?
Yeah, like point something. It was real low though, and that was like after our team was set at that point. So, I mean, then we almost beat Houston too. We almost beat a Harden and Russ team. We're literally a James Harden block away from beating that team and getting to the second round. And now you surround him with a much better roster, of Devin Booker, who's 30 a night.
Josh, that's another thing, and I'm sorry I interrupted you again, but bro, we got to talk about that stupid under 25 list before this.
Oh my god, dude!
Because we didn't put that in the Google Doc or anything like that, but I don't care.
I mean, just the amount of names they left off too.
All right, how about this? We'll finish the Phoenix point and then we'll go to that.
All right. Yeah, so Phoenix, I think the big thing for them in the playoffs, though, is DeAndre Ayton. He's been solid, but he hasn't been that big man that Chris Paul needs out of him. If he could be what Chris Paul needs, he'd probably be averaging 25 and like 2 or 3 threes a game. Like, he can shoot the rock. He just doesn't put himself in a position to get that open. And you look at the matchups they're going to have in the playoffs. First round, they might draw the Lakers. You got AD. Second round, you might draw the Nuggets. You got Jokic. You get to the conference finals, maybe you got to play the Jazz. You got Rudy Gobert. And then when you get to the finals, there's a chance you're playing Giannis. There's a chance you're playing Joel. I mean, he's got a tough assignment coming up for the playoffs, and I think that's a big thing. But overall, as a team, I definitely think they have title aspirations, just how well they gel and how quickly it all came together for them. They got a solid bench. I definitely think they can make a run at it.
I don't think that – I don't know. I don't see it yet. Like, I don't know. It's hard for me. It really is. Because I can see it and I can't in a way. There's just so many good teams in the West. Like, what are you supposed to do?
Think about the 1 through 7 seeds.
That's what I'm saying.
Utah,
you have Utah,
LA's, Denver. You got Dallas. I mean,
there's no
Portland.
Easy spot.
No,
because Portland, you're going against Dame time in the playoffs,
even
which is good for 50.
The 8 seed is going to wind up being the Pelicans or the Warriors, probably. That's Zion or Steph that you're going to have to play in the first round, as the 1 seed.
That's why I think it's so tough for them. But, here's what I will say. They have a good chance, and I have been a victim of this, of not appreciating Chris Paul. I feel like I always left him out of the conversations of like best point guards. Like it was always, Dame or Steph or Russ and this, that. Chris Paul is the most underrated player of the last decade. Like not just the last couple of years, like literally the last decade, probably. What he did for the Thunder, what he did for the Clippers for that little bit, for that time, what he's doing for Phoenix now. I mean, he just does everything correct. Like he is what your point guard is supposed to be, and he does a wonderful job doing it. But I don't know if I have to put money on it, I would say no, that they don't make a title run this year, just because I think that there are a few teams better than them right now. We got a very important question: has Josh gotten a Darnold jersey yet?
I did find one. I haven't ordered it yet. I might be ordering it soon, but
what do you mean found? They don't have it on NFL Shop?
They didn't. Well, because I checked like the day of or the day after the trade.
Oh, you might have been a little eager there.
Yeah, and they didn't have one. And the only ones I found were, from those sketchy websites, like $45. I was like, I want this trash jersey.
Next thing you know, it's made out of tissue paper.
Yeah. I might get a USC one. I might.
But all right. Listen, I want to get into this under 25 conversation. Because this is just bad. You know it's bad when Stephen A is saying that ESPN has to drug test their own people.
Yeah.
Like, all right. Number one is Luka. I have zero problems. Yeah. Not a single one.
Yeah.
Number two is Zion.
I don't got a problem with that either.
I don't have a problem with it, but I don't love it. I'm not a fan. I don't hate it, though. I can accept it. Number three is LaMelo Ball.
They're all the bandwagon.
This is what we're doing, bro. Man didn't even finish his rookie season. He got hurt. And we're putting him. All right, fine, whatever. Maybe it's because the players below him just aren't as good. Number four is Donovan Mitchell, though.
Best record in the league. Best player on that team.
By the way, people, get close to your headset right now. He's better than LaMelo Ball.
Sorry.
Let's go to number five. Jason Tatum.
He's only 19.
I just want to tell you guys that Tatum was in the MVP running like 2 years ago.
Dropped 53 the other night.
Just throwing it out.
My favorite meme though is like people saying he's still 19. Like every time he does it.
I loved the rookie of the year ones for Joel Embiid for the longest time. Like those ones were no, not Joel. Ben Simmons.
Yeah.
All those were good. All right. Number 6 is De'Aaron Fox. Okay.
I like that spot.
I guess.
like that one.
Number 7 is Ben Simmons.
No.
Okay.
He's not. No.
Number 8 is Devin Booker.
What?
First of all,
70?
I cannot believe he's still under 25. Second of all, get the drug test ready. Because there's no way you're putting Devin Booker at 8.
You put 70 up in a game, bro. 70.
70. One of the best scorers in the league. Number 8. Number 9 is Bam.
Could be higher, could be lower.
I'll go mid.
Yeah.
And then number 10 is our boy Shy.
See, I like that. It's obviously LaMelo's not 3. That's very clear. I would take De'Aaron Fox before I take LaMelo right now.
Listen,
and I mean,
I'll give you the real list. And you might disagree with me because I know you said you liked Zion on 2. I'll stick with Luka 1 because that's actually correct. He did one thing great, ESPN. I don't care. I'd put Donovan. I would put Devin Booker number 2.
I could see
that. You guys are out of your mind.
I feel like 2. There's a few people that could be number 2.
Number 3, I think I put Mitchell. I would put 4 as Jason Tatum.
He's only 19.
I think 5. What am I on 5? Right?
Yeah.
5. I'll put Zion. Number 6. I
probably
think
Bam.
You would put Bam that high?
Because, I mean, guys like Fox and Ben Simmons, they're
See, I was going
good,
to
but
put Ben Simmons at 6. I was going to put
Ben
Fox at
Simmons
7.
is so overrated.
You think?
He can't do anything. You can't put him in any system. The dude doesn't score.
You're right. You're
The
right.
only way he scores is off a wide open layup. He's great defensively. Don't get me wrong. Great defensively. Having his size as a point guard is huge for a team. But you literally have to have the perfect system built around him.
Should you take our boy over him?
Yeah. I'd take Shea over him. I'd take Fox over him too. He can't do what you really need him to do.
Oh, I didn't even realize it. They made a whole top 25 out of it?
Yeah, and RJ Barrett didn't make the list.
All right, let's read the top 25 then, because I didn't even know they did that. So we got Luka, Zion, LaMelo, Donovan Mitchell, Jason Tatum, De'Aaron Fox, Ben Simmons, Devin Booker, Bam, Shai. Ingram comes in at 11. Brown. Who's Brown? Jaylen Brown, right? Jaylen Brown comes in at 12. Murray in at 13. Porter Jr.
Not even Ja yet. No,
Ja's next. Here's one that I also didn't think of. Trae Young.
Oh, I mean, love him or hate him, dude knows how to get to the foul line. That's one thing he knows how to do.
Then we got McCall Bridges, or however you say it, who, by the way,
McCall
bodied him. Bodied Clint Capella.
Yeah, that's Miles Bridges. But still, both Bridges are really good. Both Bridges are really
Miles
good.
Bridges bodied him.
But I'm
Clint
still
Capella, you should retire after that. I wouldn't show up to the next game.
Hate the Hornets though, because I picked them, money line first half, and they got blown out the first half.
Then we got Sabonis.
Yeah.
Now here's the one that really gets me. So they have LaMelo third. But they have Anthony Edwards all the way down here who's going to win Rookie of the Year. Now, let me tell you something. How does that one work?
I feel like they're
trying
to make it look like they're judging based off potential. But then it's like, why is Michael Porter Jr. not top 10 then? Why is John Morant not top 10 then? Like,
then we got even this DeAndre Ayton.
Yeah,
I'd put him higher than that.
I'd probably, yeah. I mean, I don't see Bridges. Bridges is really good, but he does not deserve to be up higher over guys like Ayton.
Then we got Halliburton, Collins, Jared Allen, Lonzo, and Sexton. First of all, Lonzo should not be on this list.
How does he get on there, but RJ Barrett does not? Like, I don't get that. RJ Barrett is balling this year on a team that is probably going to be in the playoffs. It's insane.
This is just...
That list, I mean, they got a few right. Luka is pretty simple. If you get that wrong,
and then this is why Twitter's terrible. Because then in these comments, this guy says this is the correct and accurate list. LaMelo Ball, Ben Simmons, Luka, Zion, Bam, Jason Tatum, Donovan Mitchell, Devin Booker, Fox, and SGA. Some people don't deserve Twitter.
Some people think they watch basketball, or they act like they do, but they haven't watched a game since the 2016 finals. Like, they just haven't.
Here's one of my favorite sayings, and it really is. Whenever somebody says something stupid, I say, it's got to be hard. And they say, what does that mean? And I say, it's got to be hard to be that stupid.
It's got to be tough.
It's just got to be hard to be that dumb. So, You know what? You guys live on in your Twitterverse, but that's just terrible. ESPN, please. You're killing us.
Yeah. I mean, LaMelo 3, and we haven't even seen him play a full season yet.
But then Anthony Edwards, who's going to win the Rookie of the Year, is, in the depths of hell.
Put up like
and
45.
RJ Barrett, who's shooting like 40% from three after like the first couple games of the season, didn't make the list. Just not there.
Yeah. Ja, who single-handedly carried Memphis to almost the playoffs.
Backpacked him like Dora.
Yeah. We'll go ahead and make him the fourth best point guard under 25.
Lonzo Ball, really? We're still believing in Lonzo like that. It's a tough life out here, people. It really is. But, let's move on to something else. The Warriors are expected to pursue Kawhi and free agency. I didn't even know that. If that happens, who would you take in a series? The Nets, or the Warriors?
I'm going
Now,
with
let
the
me
Warriors.
tell you something. Let me tell you something. I would pay so much money for that series. Like an ungodly amount of money for that series. Well, as much money as I can shell out because, I'm not very rich. But, God, would that be good. You're telling me you're going to have Kyrie, Harden, and KD versus Clay, Steph, and Kawhi? You can take my money right now.
If that is to happen and they don't have the TNT crew with Shaq, Barkley, Kenny Smith commentating that, then they fumbled the bag. If you're going to have that matchup, which would be the greatest talent, like matchup-wise ever in a finals, and then you have, Reggie Miller commentating it when you could add Shaq and Charles Barkley.
Nah, because that would be the finals, wouldn't it? So we would have Mike Breen.
I know, but
Oh, you're talking about the pre-games.
No, I'm talking about the games. They need to make a deal with TNT, and it needs to be Shaq, Kenny, and all that because they're funnier. Mike Breen, obviously, the bangs. Like,
come on, bro. I was going to say. You're telling me Game 7 of the finals, you don't want to hear bang.
Bro,
come on, bro.
Like Mark, he's great because the bangs, but the commentation this year, bro, the audio this year has been the worst. Like, you'll see a 3 go in, and like as it's in the air, you'll hear it hit the rim before it's even close to the basket. And then like the ball will be on the other side of the court, and Mike Breen will be like, Booker misses a 3.
Well, that's not his fault.
It's just annoying though, and I'm gonna blame the broadcasting. I'm gonna blame that. So they need TNT. It doesn't happen on TNT.
Here's the problem. It's the fact that they're doing everything remotely. And I think do the TNT broadcasters actually go to the games?
No, they're at home too.
Are they? And that still happens. Well, it's a little interesting.
Yeah.
A little interesting. But listen, I can't blame him. I'll still take Mike Breen on the call, bro. Your voice of the NBA.
I just want to hear Shaq and Charles be together like for a full
season.
It'd
be fantastic.
Kenny and Ernie, bro. Ernie's the best too.
I love him. Let me tell you something. Love Ernie Johnson. You got to stay away from baseball, though. he does the playoffs in baseball. Not a fan. I don't know if it's because I'm so used to him being the NBA guy. Yeah. I just feel like it just doesn't hit the same.
See, there's some people that you stick in. Like when Stephen A. went to UFC for a little bit. Just stay away, man. Just not for you.
I can't blame him though because ESPN got brought in that big UFC deal. They got to put their cash cow on the show as well with Steven.
He sounded funny talking about it though. The way Joe Rogan put it out.
Joe Rogan. Oh my! Because I think he talked about it on his podcast too. He was like, "This guy's trying to tell me like what to like about things. Like I know what I'm talking about." Oh god, it was fantastic. Could you imagine just a full segment of somebody like Joe Rogan, Stephen A. fighting back and forth?
That'd be the best, bro.
That would go viral in milliseconds.
Yeah,
wouldn't even take any time. But well, I'll just go back to this real quick. I don't,
I'm taking the Warriors. They know that being KD. Spent a couple years with them.
Yeah, but I mean, hey, Kyrie hit the shot over Steph.
Hey, they did knock Harden out a few times too.
Yeah, but that was Harden by himself, bro. I mean, then again, he had CP3. Let me not lie, but I think that was the one place CP3 didn't work.
I don't know. I feel like if he didn't get injured during that Warriors series, and I think 2018 maybe, I think the Rockets win that series. They had him figured out. Had him up 3-2.
You know what? I think just to be different, I would take the Nets, bro. I can't bet against KD. I don't know if it's because I like him.
Think about that lineup, bro. Steph, Clay, Kawhi, Draymond, and then James Wiseman will be developed.
You think they would still have Draymond though?
Well, it'd be a signing because Kawhi can lead this up.
What I'm saying, you don't think they would have enough money for that?
Dude, I don't know how these contracts work. Because they're paying Steph and Clay a lot. Draymond's probably getting a lot still, but outside of those three, I feel like they'd still be able.
Here's my thing: like, I feel like Draymond now is a name. He's not the player he was in those finals runs.
But he, like, outside of getting buckets, like that man does everything else at an elite
level.
He
is all right, but that's the other thing too. On offense, you're literally playing 4-on-5.
He's like a Ben Simmons you can use. He's like if Ben Simmons wasn't a point guard, like he didn't have to have the ball in his hands all the time.
Bro, Draymond lost all shooting ability.
Yeah, that man cannot shoot.
I don't know what happened, but it's literally gone.
Yeah, he can shoot.
We'll move on to the next and final thing of this. Another little start, bench, and cut. I like these, Josh. I might have to start doing these. And it's funny because we talked about some of these players before on the under 25 list, so we're gonna do it. Zach LaVine
was Zach LaVine on that list?
No, he was
Is he
not.
under 25?
I'm gonna have to look that up because if he's not
on that list, then there's
no way that he's under 25 because I feel like they would have to put him on the list. Let's see. I'll tell you right now.
He better be like
26.
All right, I was gonna say y'all put Lonzo on there and left Zach LaVine.
So it's fair at least. All right.
Yeah.
I'll start it off. I think I'm gonna start Devin Booker. And I'm benching the Spider Donovan Mitchell. I'm cutting LaVine.
I'm starting Devin Booker, obviously, but I'm benching Zach LaVine.
Okay.
I think Donovan Mitchell's an excellent player. What we saw in the playoffs from him last year, amazing. I think because they both do a lot of the same things, pretty ball dominant, solid shooters, just get buckets. I just think I like Zach LaVine's offense more. I don't think Donovan Mitchell's the wrong answer. Obviously, all three of these dudes, kind of similar games, similar talent level, but I think I got to go Zach LaVine. I like him more. I just like him more. And I don't know you take Donovan out of Utah, I think they're still a playoff team. You take Zach LaVine off the Bulls, they're fighting for Cade Cunningham this year.
It'll be a tough life over there in Chicago. Yeah, you guys got 6 rings anyway. You're all right.
Yeah.
All right. I could do a little MLB stuff, but I think I want to save it for backstop banter because let me tell you something. There's some things we got to talk about MLB world. There really is. But I'll give one example. Listen, last night, Sunday Night Baseball, the game ends. They go to replay to determine. And Josh, I don't know if you saw the play in question. The guy slides into home plate, foot. It just doesn't touch the bat.
I did see that.
It does not touch home plate. And they still call him safe.
Yeah.
What is the point of replay? This is the same thing that the NFL did, but like with the Dez catch. Like that was, I think it was a catch, the Dez catch. I really do. Like you still went to replay, and you still got it wrong.
See, that's the problem with replay. Like there could be, like I saw a good example about it in the NBA. There could be a foul, and you don't know if it's a charge or a block, and you go and look at it, and you call it a charge when it was a block, and then the next time down the court, someone goaltends, and you don't review it. Like, when does the reviewing start? When does it stop? Like, what are you using it for? If you're always getting it wrong, what's the point?
See, that's the thing, too. Like, it's the stuff, and then, there's people that are coming out and saying, like, the only reason they didn't change the call on the field is because in the MLB review stuff, it's former umpires that do it. So, like, they don't want to make their brethrens look bad. And if that's the reason, abolish it. Just get rid of replay. Because if that's the reason, we got bigger problems in the world.
Yeah.
Like, that is just absolutely terrible. You want to embarrass them? People get stuff wrong.
Yeah.
All the time.
Refs are human. Refs get things wrong all the time. So do umps.
Very hard job.
Yeah. Yeah.
The replay is there for a reason. There's 5 different camera angles, and I think out of all of them, he was out. And you go to replay, and you're like, game's over.
Give it to him.
Like, it's crazy sometimes. It really is. But we'll end it there. We'll go to Stop the Cap, our final segment of the day. I just messed up my entire computer. I literally don't know what I did, but things are just not in place right now. Oh, there we go. I fixed it. But yeah, Josh, you got anything for Stop the Cap?
ESPN, man. Right. ESPN, just stop the cap, bro. RJ Barrett is a top 25 player under 25. And LaMelo Ball is not better than Jason Tatum, Devin Booker, Donovan Mitchell. The list goes on and on. Stop the cap, bro. Get those drug tests up. Stay off the weed.
I think I'm just going to stick with that. Bro, if we're going to have replay in any sport, The main complaint is, oh, we don't want to replay everything because it slows down the game. You're already slowing down the game. So you might as well get it right if you're going to slow the game down. Are you stupid? Like, are you kidding? How do you have replay and still get things wrong? That's like getting your test back from a teacher. She gives you the correct answer, and then you retake the test and you still get it wrong. Like, that's a true, that replay is a true and false question that your teacher tells you is true and you still put false.
Yeah.
Like, you got to be on some type of level just stupid.
Yeah.
So,
I don't get that.
Sports and baseball, anything, stop the cap. You're killing me. You're killing me. But, all right, that'll do it for this episode of Generation Sports. Got to thank the sponsors one more time, of course, before we head on out of here. So, if you're into the betting realm, make sure you go over to mybookie.ag and use code USM100 to double your first deposit up to $1,000. Listen, there's a lot of sports going on. Some baseball. I'm watching my Yankees lose 1-0 to the Blue Jays right now. Basketball, the playoffs are fastly approaching. There's fights all the time. There's hockey going on right now. So go out and bet it and use our code USM100 to double that first deposit. Next up, we have RX Hemp. RX Hemp-USM will save you 10% on your entire order. So if you're a little sore from life, as I always like to say, get some pain relief CBD cream. RX Hemp, RX Hemp-USM saves you 10%. They got the hot and cold CBD creams. You'll feel brand new when you wake up after using them. And then, of course, the Teespring, teespring.com/stores/unwrapped. Go check out the merch. The network has this merch. You know, we work hard on those designs. And then, obviously, if there's a show on this live lineup that you enjoy watching, you know, like this one, go over and check out our merch. Puts a little money in our pockets and, you know, helps us actually pay the bills. And then, finally, the Patreon. Patreon.com/unwrappedsports. $1 a month. You're just letting us know you like what we do. $5 a month, you get access to our Discord chat where, you know, you're like an honorary member of the fam. You get 10% off the store I was just telling you about, and you get entered into a Amazon gift card giveaway. And then finally, the $10 tier is where you get everything I just said, except the 10% discount goes to $20, and you get access to our signed memorabilia giveaway each month. A couple months ago, we did the Keenan Allen jersey. Last month, we did the David Montgomery jersey. I am not sure what we have going on for this month yet, but I'm sure it'll be something worth your while. So make sure you go and check it out. Josh, what you got for everybody before we head on out?
Follow me on Twitter at Jolin_4. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, and make sure you guys tune in next Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern.
Yes, sir. As for me, you guys know what it is by now. This show, every Monday, 7 Eastern, always a good time. Tuesday is the hard count with me and CJ, talking everything over there in the football world. Definitely going to have a lot of things to talk about. And then Thursday's Backstop Banter, the MLB show, talking everything baseball with me and Michael. Make sure you go and check that out as well. That is 10 Eastern. Hard count is 9 Eastern. So make sure you check out all of those shows. My Twitter is Anthony Conover _, and then Gen Z Sports for the show. Trying to get the pods out, you know, faster and more consistently. Life is a busy, busy thing. Got school going on and all that, but we will get on top of that. And then, the Twitch, Anthony _Conover for, you know, some gaming purposes. And I put all the podcasts there as well. And, you know, I'm just saying, the show comes out 4 days. 4 days. So when that happens, your boy is going off the grid. I might cancel every show I have and only play that. So it's going to be a very fun time. But other than that, I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Appreciate Josh for being here as always. We will catch you next time. See ya.